Hi, I'm Becky Amble, and this is a Marketing Minute. Thank you for joining me today. I'm going to share a little more information about Start Small for Big Impact, and this is video number 2. This video is going to focus primarily on my opening story that I like to share with people. So I'm going to share my screen and we will get started. This story is about a woman named Martha Berry, and when she was younger, she was born in the 1800s, 1876 or 65. Anyway, when she was younger, she and her father would go horseback riding after church on Sunday afternoon, and she was devoted to her father. They were very close and loved to go riding. Well, one Sunday, when they were out riding, they came across some children on the edge of their property. And she struck up a conversation and asked them if they went to church, and no, they didn't. And did they know some of the Bible stories that she loved? And no, they didn't. So she spent part of that afternoon telling them Bible stories. Then she told them to come back next Sunday with some of their brothers and sisters, which they did. And this continued. And she decided that she wanted to teach these children who were academically fine. They were just very poor and didn't have access to a decent education. So she started teaching them, and she went beyond her Sunday stories and started teaching academic classes during the week. And she ended up using a cabin on her father's property, and she was teaching, and the classes grew and grew, and she asked them to keep bringing their friends and relatives. And at one point she was raising money to support her supplies that she was using to teach. So she was growing a garden. So she grew her garden, then she would harvest the garden and keep some seeds, and she would sell the rest of the produce to raise money to buy supplies to teach the children. And then she would replant every year. She kept doing that for quite some time. At one point, she had the opportunity to meet Henry Ford. And she told him about what she was doing, and she asked him if he would make a donation to help support the school and the education of these children. And he said he would give her a dime. And I said he gave her a dime. We would think that was the ultimate insult. Now, I did do a little research, and in today's dollars, that would be about $360. So it's not quite as insulting as we might think it sounds, yet that's not a whole heck of a lot when she's educating a bunch of children. So she took that dime and she kept growing her school, and she kept raising her vegetables and doing things like that, and adding buildings and growing and growing and growing the school. And she became almost a legend in Georgia, where she lived and where they grew up. And she kept teaching children and growing until she started Berry College, which is not only the largest contiguous campus in the United States, it is the largest contiguous campus in the world. And Martha Berry did not attend college, did not have a college degree, and yet she was awarded 8 doctorate degrees from various colleges and universities. So she had her one small idea of telling stories that turned into school, that turned into a college and university. In fact, some of their methods that they were using at her college were models for programs nationally as well as internationally. So keep in mind this story about Martha Berry, who started with one idea and grew that idea, dedicated 40 years of her life to education of children who could not afford to go to school. And I will be sharing in upcoming videos 3 principles. You may recall there are 7 principles, and I'm going to be sharing information about these 3: focus, getting data, and continuous improvement, and then the bullets underneath each one. So I look forward to seeing you at our future events, future videos. And like I said, here's some contact information for you. The one in the lower left is my email if you want to reach out. So please stay tuned, and we'll be back for more. Thank you.